What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is the second game of the Nugget Bridge Major versus Bissigess Bissbark. Before we start, I just want to go ahead and give a little recap of the last battle and talk about the information that we learned from both sides, just so you guys are aware of what we saw going in. So last time Maxi brought Crobat, Rayquaza, Infernape, and Xerneas in that order. And what we saw from Maxi's side was he revealed Tailwind on Crobat, and that was actually it. Crobat only used Tailwind before getting KO'd. Rayquaza revealed Extreme Speed and Dragon Ascent and Protect. So it revealed 3 of its 4 moves. It revealed that it's holding a Life Orb, and it showed that Life Orb Extreme Speed did, I think, around 35 to 40% to my Kyogre, and Life Orb Dragon Ascent OHK'd my Mega Gengar, but that was to be expected. From Infernape, I think we only saw Fake Out, actually. I believe that's all we saw. And from Xerneas, we saw Dazzling Gleam and Geomancy and Protect, and I believe Moonblast, but if not Moonblast, then I definitely assume Moonblast. And from my side, we revealed Gengar had Icy Wind, Raichu had Encore, Fake Out, Volt Tackle, and Protect. I think we revealed all of those, actually. Kyogre showed Scald and Water Spout, and not Ice Beam, I don't believe. No, and Ice Beam. Yeah, okay, so Kyogre revealed Scald, Water Spout, Ice Beam, and I assume Protect, but I'm not positive. It might have not used Protect. And Groudon revealed Fire Punch. And so, overall, I ended up revealing a lot more information than Maxi, and I also didn't see his Smeargle or his Ferrothorn. So those are the 2 Pokemon I didn't see. From my side, Maxi didn't see my Landorus or my Kangaskhan, and I think that's like really relevant information to keep in mind going into this game, because yeah, like information, the Pokemon, in my opinion, is like a big part, a game of information. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about this game and how it went. But let's go ahead. I won't delay it anymore. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So yeah, this is game 2. Again, this is round 7. The loser's on the verge of elimination, so a win here is pretty important, because even though we're both 5-1, you need to go 7-2 at least in order to top cut. And so in this situation, I end up leading again with Gengar and Raichu. I thought it was a solid lead versus Maxi's team, but he switches up and leaves Crobat on the bench in return for that Smeargle. And keep in mind, I know absolutely nothing about the Smeargle. So in this situation, I think I was expecting like a Follow Me or maybe Protect from both sides, but I wasn't too worried about that Smeargle. I brought Landorus this game because I realized that keeping my Gengar alive was like super important, and so I will end up just going for the Mega Evolution here and trying to get some board position here with Landorus, trying to weaken that Rayquaza with Intimidate, and he does end up Mega Evolving, but like I said earlier in the last game, he doesn't have another Mega on his team, so he kind of wants to Mega Evolve that Rayquaza as soon as possible, because he also doesn't have Kyogre, so he's not trying to cancel my Groudon's Weather. At any point. I mean, he will, like, ideally he wants to cancel it, but he's not that worried about it. But Maxi actually does reveal that he Scarfs Smeargle, which totally caught me off guard. I hadn't been expecting it at all. Yeah, I don't know. That was like a pretty bad situation here. So he ends up hitting both of his attacks here, and Gengar takes his first turn to sleep. But oh boy, that's a rough turn 1, because Rayquaza goes for the Dragon Ascent into, I believe, Gengar, and does you could say maybe a bit of damage. Yeah, that does go into Gengar, and I do end up hanging on barely with 21 HP. But this positioning is awful because I've lost my Mega Gengar, who's super important to my game plan right now, and my Landorus has taken 0 turns of sleep, so he can't wake up this turn. He does get a Moody attack boost, but speed drop is actually really significant here. I do take my second turn to sleep with my Gengar here. Not much I really felt like I could do this turn. I could have switched out my Landorus, or my Gengar, but the fact that he scarfed into his Dark Void means that he has to use Dark Void this turn, because he can't switch moves and he can't switch Pokemon. So I didn't want to switch anything in here, but he does go for the Dragon Ascent here, identifying correctly that Mega Gengar is a huge threat. And taking an Eternal Life Orb damage, but that's really like not that bad at all from his end. Like, he's traded like 2 turns of damage for a pretty powerful situation. And there's the defense boost, which is actually pretty unfortunate, because now I can't KO with either of my Pokemon. So Groudon is going to come in here, going to go ahead, and I'm really in a rough spot. I have to keep in mind that he has Xerneas probably in the back, because Maxi's team has a lot of support and not a lot of offense, but the thing is, the offensive Pokemon he has, which are Xerneas and Rayquaza, just do so much damage. And so you, like, if I can, like, basically Xerneas, I think Rayquaza and Xerneas should be coming most games, and like, because he doesn't have a lot of like ways to do damage otherwise. Rayquaza does go for the Protect here, which is a solid choice. I also am going to, I thought I protected my Groudon for some reason. I don't protect my Groudon here. And I will go for the Fire Punch into Smeargle. I think correctly predicting that Protect. I don't really know at this point. But unfortunately, because of the defense boost, I'm unable to KO that Smeargle, which now means that it's nap time again for Groudon. So now Groudon's taken 0 turns of sleep. Landorus has taken 2 turns of sleep, but it's not going to help me that much because, you know, Rayquaza just has so much offense. Another unfortunate movie boost for Maxi, but at this point, it's not super important. And so I will switch out my Groudon here to get Raichu back in. Ideally, trying to take an attack, trying to preserve Groudon, recognizing that if, like, banking on, I understand at this point that in order to win this game, I think I need my Landorus to wake up this turn. Also, Sun canceling out his weather is very nice. And he just brings in Infernape here. He switches out his Smeargle. So I assume I went for a Rock Slide this turn. But Rayquaza actually goes for a Draco Meteor into the Groudon slot. So yeah, that's like a pretty unfortunate situation. Definitely going to lose Raichu this turn because Life Orb Draco Meteor hits it, like, just does a ridiculous amount of damage. Maxi's going to drop special attacks. Now he's got -2 special attack, -2 defense, -2 special defense. But I need Landorus to wake up and hit a Rock Slide to even have a chance in this game. But unfortunately, Landorus does stay asleep. So while a Rock Slide would have broken that Infernape Sash and knocked out that Rayquaza, Landorus takes 3 turns of sleep here, and so at this point I feel like the game is pretty much over. I'm still obviously trying my best, but once he takes out my Landorus, there's not really much I can do at all in order to win this one. So he just go for Fake Out. He has no reason not to. He knows Landorus is guaranteed to wake up this turn, and Groudon is impossible to wake up this turn. So even at -1, this Dragon Ascent does do a lot of damage. I believe it's coming into Landorus, and yeah, this is just showing why Mega Rayquaza, if you let it, it's actually into Groudon, and actually does like about just over 50%, which is I thought actually was like pretty surprised about, because I thought it would do less. I thought Groudon had more physical bulk, but this is also like not a bulky Groudon at all. So Groudon takes his first turn of sleep. At this point, there's not really anything anyway I can win. I don't think, like, unless Overheat missed here. Excuse me. But it doesn't miss, so it connects. And obviously, you don't want to bank a game on a miss. And I don't even know if that critical hit mattered in terms of KOing Landorus, but in terms of the overall game, it definitely didn't matter. So Landorus does go down there, an unfortunate way to end the game. And Dragon Ascent will finish up my my Groudon, and so this game ends with me doing 1 attack the entire game and knocking out 0 Pokemon. So that's just a game where it shows, like, if Scarf Smeargle really, if you let it get going and if your team doesn't have the proper counters for it, it's really, really hard to stop. So good game to Maxi. This is the second game of the series. I did win the first game. I did lose this game pretty convincingly, and so yeah, you guys will be seeing it for game 3. So if you like this content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, if you like this layout, make sure to mention it in the comments. Like I said last episode, I have a lot of really cool content I want to do, but I'm not really great with the tech stuff yet, so that's kind of what's holding me back at the moment. But I really do have some cool content that I'd love to show you guys, so I hope that I can get on that soon. Other than that, I guess I'll see you guys for game 3. Thank you so much for watching.